Hey guys, it's Spooky Noodles, and before I start this video off, if you hear a dog panting in the background, I apologize. We just found this new guy. He was roaming around the streets and he was lost. He's a lost puppy, like he's a puppy, and he's not crate trained. So he's pacing back and forth in the cage, hyperventilating and squirting on everything around the cage. Oh, he's such a good boy. He's laying down now. He's not a good boy though when he's trying to hump my dog. Oh, that's my phone. Alright, sorry about that, guys. But, yeah, we decided to call him Squirt because he likes to squirt on everything. So, yeah, squirt on my books, man. I can't take it anymore. But, I'm actually here to unbox a box I got from my buddy Robb. We did a trade and I just sent mine out today, or at least I am going to. I have not yet done it yet. I know it's confusing. I know as soon as I post this, I probably will have already sent the box out, but as of right now, I'm about to ship the packages, and yeah, but this is a trade I did. It was a big trade too. I can't remember what I traded. I threw in a Rex Miller book, I know that. So there was Slob by Rex Miller. There was Butcher by Rex Miller. There was two Ruby Jean Jensen books. Living Evil, I think one was, and Pendulum, which I really didn't get a chance to read. I think I'm gonna try to get a book in a poorer condition, if that makes sense, because I want a reading copy, and I don't want to ruin that kind of copy because that book looks so pristine that I didn't even want to touch it. So, and then I also gave away a few other books. I can't remember at the moment though, but this isn't about what I traded, this is what I got. So let me just pull out some of the books now. And you'll see a theme with these books, by the way. And the first one is Slither by Edward Lee. What is this book about? Well, I was kind of promised it'd be like a like Nick Cutter's The Troop, which I adored. I forgot to throw that into my coming of age TBR list that I just put up, but yeah, let's read the back for Slither by Edward Lee. I already came across a word I don't know. The trichinosis worm is one of nature's most revolting parasites. The things the tiny creature can do to a host body are better left unsaid. Luckily, these worms are rarely more than a few millimeters in length. But guess what? Now there's a subspecies that's 30 feet long. Sorry. When Nora and her research team arrived on the deserted tropical island, she was expecting a routine zoological expedition, but it didn't take her long to realize that they're not alone. First, they found their dead bodies. Now members of their own team are disappearing, and when they return, they've changed. And is there any sane explanation for their lurid, perverse dreams she's been having? Indeed, there are other people on this island, but the real danger is something far worse. And you got some great blurbs like Jack Ketchum, you got Cemetery Dance. So yeah, that's Slither by Edward Lee. It didn't sound like The Troop much other than the gross, you know, I get why he said it would be like The Troop. I was thinking it would be like a coming of age story, but it's actually like, it makes sense now that I'm thinking about it. It's yeah, it sounds good though. It sounds really good. Alright, let's see here. Let me do this in some sort of order. Alright, next we have Monstrosity by Edward Lee. I think we got the little zombie-like creatures in the background. Let me read the back for you guys. Blue skies, palm trees, and flawless white sand beaches. Claire Prentice thinks her new home is paradise, and her brand new job as security chief at the clinic almost seems too good to be true. It is, but the truth is worse than she could ever imagine. Lurid dreams, erotic obsessions, and twisted fantasies aren't the only things that abruptly invade Claire's life. Is someone really peeping into her window at night? Yes. Could those grotesque things in the woods possibly be real? Yes. Is Claire being stalked? Yes. But not by anything human, by a monstrosity. So yeah, that's Monstrosity by Edward Lee. And lo and behold, not really a big surprise here. This is probably the most anticipated book I have by Edward Lee, and that is Golem, or The Golem. And let me read the back for you. From the bones of the dead, from the long buried secret, through the ancient evil, they rise to kill. What was first created to protect has now been perverted and twisted into servants of evil, commanded to exact a bloody, brutal vengeance. The original golem was molded from clay centuries ago to serve and defend the innocent. But today, new golems still stalk the night to bring terror and death into the quiet Maryland coast. For one young couple, their dream home will become a slaughterhouse when they discover that nothing can stop the relentless walking horror known as the Golem. Sounds interesting. Sounds like a creature feature. Kind of reminds me of The Incredible Melting Man, in a sense. I know that makes no sense to some. But yeah. That is Edward Lee's The Golem. Now we're gonna break away from Edward Lee, and we're gonna go to some Brian Keene. City of the Dead by Brian Keene. Let me read the back. This is a sequel to Brian Keene book I have called The Rising, I believe it's called. I'm trying to look for it on my bookshelf, but I'm not seeing it. But anyways, this is the sequel to it, I believe, and I'm actually not going to read the back because it might actually ruin my experience for The Rising. So, yeah, City of the Dead. It's about zombies. That's all you need to know. And last, but definitely not least, this is the most book I'm forward looking. Can I talk right? This book is what I'm most looking forward to reading, and that is Ghoul by Brian Keene. Let me read the back for you. June 1980. There was just a book recently I read that was also based in 1984. Can't remember what it was. Anyways, June 1984. Timmy Grocco is looking forward to summer vacation, taking it easy and hanging out with his buddies. Instead of his summer will be filled with... Oh, whoops, I really screwed that up, sorry. Instead, his summer will be filled with terror and a life and death battle against a nightmarish creature that few believe even exists. Timmy has learned that the person who's been unearthing fresh graves in the cemetery isn't a person at all. It's a thing, and it's after Timmy and his friends. If Timmy hopes to live to September, he'll have to escape the ghoul. So yeah, this is a coming-of-age story, and this one I'm looking very much to reading. I actually don't know if... I think I wasn't gonna get this book, but then the guy sold me on it. But for sure, this is probably gonna be my next read. It's either this one or Fear by Ronald Kelly, which hasn't come in the mail yet. It should be on its way soon. It says Saturday is the estimated delivery. But yeah, Brian Keene's Ghoul. I'm putting that in my coming of age pile. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed. This has been a unboxing for my buddy Rob. Thank you so much, Rob, for the trade. I really appreciate it a lot. You don't even know how much this means to me to get, especially this book, Ghoul. It means a lot to me to get this book. The Edward Lee books are really cool too, because I'm currently reading, well, I wasn't currently, I took a break from it, but I was reading Triage by 3 authors, and I was in the middle of a Edward Lee story in the book, and I kind of like his writing. The story itself is a lot of info dumping, but I enjoy the story. I know he's trying to immerse you in a world, which can be hard to do without info dumping, but yeah, it's a really good story so far, and I thought, you know, might as well gather up all his stuff and read it, you know? I have all of his work, basically. There's some I need. I'm not gonna lie, there's some I need, but yeah. Tell me what you think about this book haul from Rob. As always, it's Spooky Noodles, and I hope you enjoyed. Alright, bye guys.